All right, friends, it's T-Man. We are back with a brand new video on Greg Doucette. We are going to do another video on Greg Doucette. Greg Doucette is doing a video on himself. He was never natural, bro. Oh my God, he's going to do a natty or not video on himself. The gym lifting, recruiting, lifting slave, gear slave himself. The fake cosmetic slave, Greg Doucette. The fake cosmetic slave, yes. He's fake muscles, which he did, you can't, they don't bypass MD size limit, bro. Get it? In the natural world to keep building muscles. That's why they're fake. Now he's gonna try to convince you that he was natural here on the right. Bullshit, man. All right. Greg Doucette says I was never natural. Greg Doucette, natty or not. All right.
Coach.
He's gonna lie. He's a liar. This is fake strength. He injected plant genetics. How was he able to create this fake strength? It's cosmetic. How did he do it? Injecting plant genetics. He's not able to bench press that by himself. He reached a plateau. But guess what happens when he comes off the juice? So does the lift. It's fake. The lift is fake, and it goes away with the juice.
Greg, in today's video, I'm going to be doing a natty or not on myself. I know you're thinking, what the heck is going on?
Fake.
But in today's day and age,
fake.
People, they don't believe anything. And so, as you know, I'm famous for doing natty or nots on people. And so, I'm going to go through my old photos, tell you whether I'm natural, whether I'm not, and why. And so, why would I do this video? Well, it all started when I posted this. A photo from around 2000.
Yeah, fake, steroids, cosmetics, steroids, because Greg Doucette doesn't know how to build muscles, and Greg Doucette didn't build any muscles. He faked them. He faked them. Cosmetically, it's fake.
And 6. Nearly 20 years ago. And in this photo, I put the caption.
He said before in the video he tried to build muscle. He couldn't build any muscle. He said, I reached my natural genetic limit. Okay. So what did he do? He faked it by taking steroids. Steroids don't pass genetic limits. They don't pass genetic limits. They don't do anything. They're cosmetic. You fake it. How do you fake it? Well, with carbohydrate diets and all that, taking these steroids and everything, you fake it. When you combine an artificial food, non-human diet, artificial food called carbohydrates, and you take these plant genetics and you inject them. They work good together by creating this artificial body. They work good together to create an artificial body.
Natty files. Do you agree? I wanted to know, will people agree with me when I say I'm natural in this photo? Are they actually going to believe me? And so I should give you some more.
Do you think that steroids can bypass myonuclear domain size limit? You couldn't pass it. So what makes you think the steroids could? Look, I'll explain this too in this video as well, like I did in the last one. Okay, so this is you when you first come into the gym, right? So this is from NCBI. It's called Nuclear Acquired by Overload Exercise, Precedes Hypertrophy, Not Loss in Detraining. The famous map down here at the bottom for all of you fans of his. So this is the famous map, okay? They explain to you right here. It says untrained first training satellite cell fusion, hypertrophy. Notice that? But when they detrain, retrain, they're not getting more of these nuclei. Why? Why aren't they getting any more nuclei to support what? To support hypertrophy. This looks like you hit a ceiling limit there. Get it? But you were untrained first training satellite cell fusion. Why does it happen when you were untrained? Why doesn't it happen when you're trained? Why doesn't this happen? This is actually muscle damage. Why doesn't this damage ever happen again? And what did you hit there? You hit an MND size limit. Look, I'll show you. So this is myonuclear domain limit. Scroll down. MND size has a ceiling limit during hypertrophic process beyond which extra myonuclei are donated by satellite cell to support further muscle growth. So that's what happened to your good friend Greg Doucette. He hit a ceiling limit during hypertrophic process beyond where the satellite cell can donate what? This satellite cell fusing can fuse and donate its nuclei to that domain to support what? Further muscle growth, because it hit a ceiling limit during what? Here's hypertrophy at the top. Hypertrophic, what? Ceiling limit. Get it? You understand me, man? It hit it right there. So you need these nuclei, wow, to support further muscle growth. That's what you need, and without them, you can't. You see this part right here? It says, do not support, our data do not support simple nuclear, myonuclear domain volume, which nuclei are acquired during hypertrophy and then lost during atrophy. Thus, we would suggest that a different model. In previously untrained fibers acquire new nuclei through a first training route. This newly acquired nuclei are causally related to the what? Subsequent fiber enlargement. For example, the subsequent enlargement of fiber. For example, because limitations in the synthetic capacity for each nucleus might be too limited to support what? The larger domain, without increasing the number. On subsequent detraining, the fibers maintain an elevated number, but didn't get any more nuclei that might provide resistance to atrophy. On retraining, gain in size can be obtained by moderate increases in what? Protein synthesis. You don't even have to lift weights to get it back. Just as long as there's an elevated protein synthesis, it'll come back a rate for each of these many nuclei, skipping the step of adding newly formed nuclei. But if you want to get bigger, you need more of these nuclei. But guess what? They only come through, this has to get damaged. It has to get damaged. Look, untrained means damage. You want me to prove it to you? Okay, I got to prove it to you saps out there. Okay? Okay, you see this thing right here? Hold on a second. Hold on, not this one. That's much better. Okay, I don't know if I can find it now. Hold on a second. Okay, whatever. Let's just look at this one. However, unaccustomed eccentric exercise is known to cause muscle damage and delayed pain, commonly defined as delayed onset muscle soreness. So this is from Frontiers. You can read it in Frontiers, but there's one for NCBI. I don't know if I can find it right now. Here it is. Okay, if you click in here, see this muscle damage, inflammation, every eccentric exercise, can repeat a bout of it, can it be removed? Well, can the repeated bout effect be removed? That's a question. It's questionable. I don't know. Can it be removed? I don't think he knows how to remove it, and he never did. He never removed it. He never removed it, and he doesn't know how to remove it. So untrained muscles, remember? Unaccustomed eccentric exercise is known to cause widespread muscle damage. So that's what those people that are untrained are getting. They're getting widespread muscle damage. And you can even read it. It says untrained people get stiff and sore the very next day from muscle damage. Okay, dude? When people are, it's associated with muscle damage, okay? So don't tell me bullshit, okay? And people that are trained are not getting damaged, okay, dude? So there you go. And then what is there? The eccentric exercise, the so-called repeated bout effect kicks in. What's the repeated bout effect phenomenon? Well, that's a good question. What is that? So why can't you get any more damage? Why isn't this never getting damaged again? Why? Because repeated bout effect, the protective effect against muscle damage from a single bout of eccentric exercise. The repeated bout effect refers to the adaptation whereby a single bout of eccentric exercise protects against muscle damage from subsequent eccentric bouts. So where did those nuclei come from, and where did the satellite cell come from? Well, let's find out. Let's find out. What do people get when they're when they're untrained? Just like it said, they're unaccustomed. Hold on a second. That's not it. Hold on.
According to NCBI, while concentric contractions initiate movements, eccentric contractions slow or stop them. A unique feature of eccentric exercise is that untrained subjects become stiff and sore the day afterwards because of damage to muscle fibers.
See? Damage to muscle fibers the very next day. So what's a unique feature of eccentric exercise? What is a unique feature of this eccentric exercise? What's a very unique feature of that? What's a unique feature? Well, untrained subjects become stiff and sore and afterwards get what? Because of damage to what? To muscle fibers. Now, are you getting this damage? Well, it says with the repeated bout effect, there's no more damage. So if you don't get any more damage, if you're not getting damaged anymore here, untrained first training, this is coming from damage, right? The damage is causing the satellite cell to donate its nuclei to that domain to do what? To support further muscle growth. Oh, but it reached the ceiling limit where the progenitor is beyond where it could donate any more extra nuclei to that domain to support further muscle growth. But you're going to tell me, you're going to try to convince me that what? That this guy right here, that this guy bypassed it? Because he couldn't bypass it naturally. He couldn't bypass it naturally. So he never bypassed it. A drug cannot bypass it. Steroids cannot bypass myonuclear domain size limit or the repeated bout effect phenomena or force this satellite cell to donate its nuclei or any of these fucking things. Okay, dude? But I didn't say it was impossible naturally to bypass to get the progenitor to donate its nuclei. There is something you have to do there. They are telling you something. They're talking to you. They're telling you what a unique feature of untrained muscles is get stiff and sore, get through what? Muscle damage, right? Okay. So what was another unique feature? Unaccustomed exercise is known to cause what? Widespread muscle damage. Okay. What exactly are they telling you there? See what I mean? That's why everybody's stuck on the newbie gains. So they take drugs because they think it's going to bypass it, and it doesn't. He never built any muscles. Okay, dude? So screw all of you.
More information. I'm a 5'6" manlet, exactly 5'6" tall, and sometimes I'm 5'6¼
He's a lying manlet. Do you understand me? He's a liar, just like Jason Blaha and all the rest of these fake gurus out there. They're liars. They make up stuff. It's all fake. You reached your, what is it, genetic limit, my newbie gain limit, and I'm a hard gainer. Yeah, you wouldn't be so wrong to say that. But it's actually you reached an MND size limit, yes.
Depends on what time I measure my height. I'm not exaggerating my height. I'm not 5'4". I'm not 5'5". I'm not 5'5¾". I'm exactly.
Listen, if you take steroids and you eat carbohydrates and you get big, you didn't build any muscle. Carbohydrates do not build muscles, bro. They build fake sarcoplasmic muscles, what bodybuilders get. You want me to prove that to you too? Okay. Initially, sarcoplasmic hypertrophy is a kind of artificial muscle growth. You're training the muscles for no other reason than to increase the size visually by increasing the amount of fluid it can hold. But you're not increasing the density of the muscle fibers. Why aren't you increasing the density of the muscle fibers? Because a unique feature of untrained muscles are they get damaged. But guess what? When they're trained, guess what they get when they're trained? Okay, I'll tell you what they get when they're trained, okay? Just so you can know. Don't start to cry now. Okay. So muscle fiber hypertrophy in response to 6 weeks of high volume resistance training. Now they're talking about trained young men, what trained people get. They're not talking about what untrained people get. We know a unique feature of untrained people. What do they get? Stiff and sore, they get muscle damage. And then they get a fusion of the satellite cell, and then they donate their nuclei, and that nuclei can synthesize protein, okay? And then they can hypertrophy. But people that are trained, right? Volume high resistance training in trained young men is largely attributed to what? Sarcoplasmic hypertrophy. Get it, bro? And what do they tell you here? Glycogen concentrations. Glycogen concentrations. They're artificial muscles. Get it, broski? Let's go see this again. Let's see what it said there. What did it say there? Sarcoplasmic hypertrophy is a what? Kind of artificial muscle growth. So when you take steroids, they don't bypass, you're not untrained anymore or anything like that. They didn't bypass MND size limit. They didn't do any of those fucking things, bro. Get it? What you did was eat an artificial diet called carbohydrates. And the steroids think that it's starving, it's in starvation mode. And so if you're starving, just like when you're a starving person, your growth hormone testosterone go up. It's to hold all that glycogen and all that fat, triglyceride in the fat, so you don't lose it. It keeps recycling it to the point where it can't do it anymore. But in this case, you're injecting it. You're injecting hormones and your body thinks it's starving, but you're feeding it an artificial diet called carbohydrates. That's why Greg promotes his artificial anabolic cookbook. It's all carbohydrates so that you could build artificial muscles. See what I mean? He figured it out eventually that the drugs cause this artificial muscle growth. So he sells you that book and he says, well, you could build muscles too. You too could build artificial muscles. Buy my Turkesterone, buy creatine, and eat my artificial carbohydrate diet too as well. The only difference is you're not on steroids, unfortunately. So you're not going to build that fake cosmetic look, like putting cosmetics on your face like a woman and then washing them off. When you stop taking the cosmetics, the fake muscles and the fake look and everything and the fake strength. Sorry, so I got blinked out there. So like I said, the whole fake cosmetic look and everything goes away. Get it, broski?
5'6", 167, 168 centimeters. I forget the translation. And so
whatever.
In this photo, I'm actually 172 pounds as it is.
He's faking. He's lying. He's lying, man.
Actually 172 pounds as it is.
100% fake. How did he bypass the MND size limit? He's going to tell you I did it naturally. He never did it naturally. This is steroids. That's how he bypassed it. He bypassed it. He never bypassed it. He just created something fake, something artificial. I put in a lot of work, but you put in a lot of work into something that didn't build anything real. It built something fake. Get it? You built something fake. Get it? It's like building a fake Rolex. I put in a lot of work. I built this fake Rolex. But doesn't it look this? But it looks the same, doesn't it? It looks the same. Yeah, but it's not a Rolex. Yeah, but it looks the same. It's a Rolex. Yeah, but it's fake, bro. Yeah, but I put a lot of work into it. Yeah, but it doesn't have any value. Why doesn't it have any value? I put work into it because it's fake. And this guy's like, I built a fake Ferrari in my garage. I built a replica Ferrari in my garage. Yeah, but it's fake. He goes, yeah, but I built it. It's in my garage. I put a lot of work into it. I put lots and lots of work into building this fake Ferrari. Yeah, but it's not a Ferrari, bro. A Ferrari's built a real Ferrari. It's totally different. They build a real Ferrari. It's in the factory. Yeah, but I built this fake one. I put a lot of work into it. Yeah, but it doesn't have any value. Oh, yeah, yes it does. I put a lot of work into it, so it must have value. No, nobody wants to buy that, bro. They want to buy a real Ferrari. Oh, why? Because it has no value. Because it's fake.
Need to. And full disclosure, the day before I won the overall in a
Yeah, the only place that this fake genre, these fake so-called bodybuilders, these fake people, the only place it has value is in their fake imaginary world. This actually has value in their fake imaginary world. Look, natural does not have room in this world because it's real. For some reason, natural doesn't work in this world. You understand me? In the fake bodybuilding world, natural doesn't work there. That whole natural competition and everything, nobody's watching that. Nobody cares about natural people, okay? This so-called natural stuff. They don't care about that. The problem is because none of you know how to bypass MND size limit. And steroids, they don't do that. They just give you a cosmetic look. It's fake. Oh, but I put in all the work. Oh, but it gave me this fake strength. I lifted the heavy weight and all that. Bullshit, man. You created something fake. It's got no value. You understand me? It only has value in this fake world. You need to wake up and smell the coffee. All you people are fucking nuts. You understand me?
Tested bodybuilding competition. And what does that mean? It means that I won the middleweight category, but I was seen.
He won a fake competition. A cosmetic competition, a fake cosmetic competition. That's what he won.
is overall the best bodybuilder in the entire competition, beating out the light heavyweights, the heavyweights, and so on. And so if I had to guess my body fat percentage, I would say I'm about 7% body fat. Perhaps a little bit less. I can't tell. Depends on the lighting and so on. And in case you're thinking, no, you're probably a lot leaner than that, I can tell you that my legs were my softest body part. When I was natural, I carried more body fat in my legs, and since I've been enhanced, my legs get a lot leaner. And so I would argue that right now my legs are far leaner than they were in this photo right now. And I do believe I am in fact 7% body fat. I believe that I'm leaner, look better in my upper body in this photo than I do right now. Now mind you, I'm a lot bigger right now. I was actually 184.6 pounds this morning, 172 here. And so what you need to know is I have used steroids for 10 years, and since that time I've been on HRT. So many people are saying, well, why would you ever use steroids if you look like this? Listen, I wanted to get my IBB Pro card, and once I reached my natural genetic limit, I decided to use steroids. And so what?
See, once I reached my natural genetic limit. So do you think this thing can bypass this his so-called natural, he reached his natural genetic limit? He didn't reach a natural genetic limit. He reached an MND size limit, myonuclear domain size limit. Do you think that the cosmetics bypassed it? Do you think they could naturally bypass MND size limit in the natural world? Something fake can bypass it. No, he never did. It never did. What he did was he created something artificial, a cosmetic look, like a woman putting cosmetics on her face. It's temporary, it's artificial, it makes her look really pretty, and then when she washes it off, it goes away. So when you stop injecting these plant drugs in your body to create this artificial look, eating an artificial diet called carbohydrates, creating that fake look, and anabolics he's injecting or whatever, then guess what? It's fake, bro. Get it? It's fake. It has no value because it never created anything. It created something temporarily fake, cosmetically. Even the strength that's off of it, it's cosmetic, it's fake, it's temporary. When you stop, it goes away. You never even built your own strength, your own natural strength. You coulda, but he didn't, because he didn't want to, because he doesn't know how to. You understand me? He's a bum.
What percentage actually believe me? And so of the 5,700 plus responses, 54% said more lies than last time. 46%
That's right. He's lying to you. It's fake. It's fake. It's cosmetic.
said he did this natural. And so even my own fans.
He did this natural. He just said, I reached a genetic limit. I couldn't go on. He said, I reached my MND size limit. I couldn't bypass it. Look at his original video when he shows you on stage when he's natural. He's skinny. He's small. He's weak. That picture he's showing you is when he's already on the drugs. Hello.
The majority, more than half, don't believe I could have looked like this natural. Many of the comments, for example,
No, he never looked like that natural. I saw him competing. I saw his first competition, and he says he was natural. At that time, I believe he's natural. I don't know. I looked at it and I was like, yeah, it was really skinny and small and weak. He was skinny, small, and weak. Okay, that's it. This is all artificial now.
say, you think that Jeff Seed is not natural, but yet you're bigger than him. This guy you said was not natural.
I don't think Jeff Seed is natural. He's cosmetic.
But you have more muscle than him. Just because you have more muscle than someone else doesn't mean that you're fake now. In order to decide if somebody is natural.
Just because you have more. Look, a lot of these, man, I'm going to tell you again. A lot of people are eating an artificial diet. So that too, as a natural, you naturally lifting, are creating artificial muscles. They're called sarcoplasmic hypertrophy muscles. It's loading glycogen in the muscle. If you are on a carbohydrate diet and your muscles blow up, it's through, especially through complex carbohydrates. It is fake, bro. You are a fake natty as well. All of you are fake. It just, they can fake it more with the steroids because it grabs the glycogen into the muscle. It absorbs it a lot faster and holds it in there, a lot of it in there.
natural, you need to look at their genetics, how many of the years they've been training. You have to
What genetics? How many years they've been training? They all reached an MND size limit. Every lifter reaches an MND size limit. Then they need to figure out how to get over the MND size limit so that they can get the progenitor to donate its nuclei so they can support further muscle growth. But none of them have. None of them, and I know this from experience, they have not.
look if they have gyno, acne. You have to look at all kinds of circumstances. But one of the biggest factors is there a time period where they put on an extraordinary amount of muscle? If you've been making slow and steady...
No, impossible. They can't because it reached a myonuclear domain size limit. It reached the ceiling limit during hypertrophic process beyond where the satellite cell can donate any more extra nuclei to that domain to support further muscle growth. So what the fuck is he talking about?
Consistent gains over the years with no sudden...
You're not going to make consistent gains over the years or anything like that unless you do something very specific, and you're not, because you reached an MND size limit, and that's why you're not making gains over the years. Now, if you're making fake gains eating an artificial diet like carbohydrates, well, that isn't real gains, because real gains are based on protein synthesis needs to exceed that breakdown. Positive nitrogen balance makes you anabolic.
Rise and fall of muscle, the chances are you're probably natural. It is possible that you simply were on HRT your entire life, but
again,
for the most...
He says HRT. Human whatever testosterone. It's what the fuck, man? That's fake. It's cosmetic again.
Part, people who use steroids at some point they're going to put on a lot of muscle. That in fact did happen to me.
People that take steroids at some point are going to put on a lot of muscle. No, they're not. No, they're not. They're not going to bypass. They're not going to put on any muscle. They might eat carbohydrates and they'll put on some sarcoplasmic muscles. Trained people get sarcoplasmic. Untrained people get what? Muscle damage. See the difference?
Later on in my life, when I did in fact start to use steroids. But I can tell you that for all intensive purposes, this photo is in fact 100% natural. Now, if I were to time travel back in time and had this exact same physique at 172 pounds, I can tell you I probably would have competed.
There's another factor that is involved. When the muscles atrophy, let's say you got that, you reached the ceiling limit, hypertrophy, whatever, you were untrained and then you got these nuclei, whatever. When you come back, let's say they atrophied over a year and you come back to the gym and they atrophied and everything. They got, the muscle atrophied, blah, whatever, You come back and you lift it and you go lift and whatever. Why aren't you getting any more of these nuclei? Why aren't you getting more nuclei? Because they're based here. There's another reason why you're not getting those nuclei. When you lift, they're not, okay, you're untrained, you come back again and you lift, but you're not getting an addition of these nuclei. You're untrained, right? You came back a year later, you atrophied. Why aren't you getting any more? I can tell you, I can explain to you why, but I'm not going to tell you the secret in this video. Why you can get more of them, but you should already have them. And then you need to move to the next level, to the next stage. But the problem was you regressed one stage behind. So when you did come back untrained and then you lifted, well, it wouldn't give you any more nuclei. Nothing would really happen there. And there's a reason for that. Well, you also lost your strength too. Your strength kind of went away a bit of it too. You're not lifting as much or as heavy or doing certain things when you first come back to the gym again. See what I mean?
Far lighter than this. Why? Well, because I was close to 7% here. If I compete now, I expect more from me than this. I would compete at 4% body fat. But remember, when you're natural and you're dieting down, you do tend to lose a lot of muscle. When you're on steroids, you're in...
See how puffy he looks? That puffy look? Protein doesn't make you look puffy like that. Protein builds, if it does build a muscle, it's very hard, rock solid and hard. But this look he has is sarcoplasmic. That is a sarcoplasmic look. That puffy look is sarcoplasmic. I've done a video on it before in my own thing.
able to maintain more of the muscle you have while in a calorie deficit.
Just eating complex carbs will do this, but because he's taking steroids, they force glycogen into the muscle because it thinks that is going through a famine, we're starving. So we need this energy source to carry us through. So you're just loading energy. It's really a storage unit, but it gives you this nice cosmetic look, doesn't it? But it really is loading it in there to carry you through a famine because the hormones are up high. You're injecting them, and it thinks we're starving. We're starving. Yeah.
And so if I dieted down to the level of conditioning you expect from me as a pro, remember, when I competed as a pro, I was 100.
Yeah, of course. The amount of hormone too he's injecting makes you look muscular. Testosterone will make you, if you got higher testosterone levels, DHT levels and stuff, they make you look very muscular, right? I've seen some people, they look pretty muscular, high testosterone, whatever. Especially if they're ectomorphs and they have low body fat. They look very muscular because it'll show, it'll pop out. So yeah, especially if they're on their natural diet, high testosterone, blah, 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 they'll look even more muscular, they'll look better, yada, 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 yada. But he is creating it artificially. So it has no value. It's fake because you want to know why? Because it's artificial. It's fake. It'll go away. I remember this guy laughing at me in the gym. He says, "Oh, am I a BB pro and all that?" He tried to show off and tell me stuff. I told him it's fake. And then he talks and turns to his friend and he said, "Oh, he said it's fake. It's fake." It is fake. You're just too stupid to understand it. They don't understand that what they're creating is something fake. It's fake. Because if it's real, then create it real. Why do you have to fake it? Why do you have to fake it to make it? Why can't you create it real? Want to know why? Because he's going to make up an excuse. I reached my genetic limit. You understand me? That's why they got to fake it. That's why they got to fake it, because they reached an MND size limit and they don't know how to get over it. And I don't know what to do with it. Reach my MND size limit and I don't know where to go anymore. I reached a newbie gain limit, my hard gainer limit, yabba yada dabba do. Yeah, man.
And 95 pounds shredded, 4% body fat, 7%.
Whoa, 4% body fat, shredded, 220 pounds of stuffed pudding, fucking cotton stuffing in there, and whatever else is in there, and some other garbage.
Here, 172, and on show day I probably was a lot lighter. So picture this. I'm
On show day, yeah.
at 7% here. I diet down 3% more body fat.
Yeah, okay.
Probably gonna lose another 5 pounds.
I dieted down on cosmetics. The cosmetics temporarily suppressed the triglyceride in the fat cells. It suppressed it, got rid of it, a lot of it, and suppressed it down to nothing, artificially suppressing it. And then when I went off of it, I got really, really, really fat. Okay.
72 minus 5, 167. Add to that the fact that I am going to be dehydrated, going to take a diuretic. I'm going to
Sure
be
he is,
165
yeah.
at the most.
Oh, yeah.
And so think of this. I'm 5'6", and I would be 165 at the most. But years later, how much would I compete as?
I don't know.
195.
195. Oh, you're going to compete 195. Okay.
30 extra pounds of muscle.
Well,
and so
yeah.
do you really think that it's impossible that I could have a 165 to 172 pound physique while being natural if I was eventually able to maintain a
Being natural? Being natural? Yeah, you were never natural, okay? Shut up.
195 pound shredded physique. And so in case you think
He's lying. They're all lying. He was even exposed by, I think it was More Plates, More Dates, right? He exposed him, yeah.
no one's ever done a natty or not on me, Derek from More Plates, More Dates, famous for doing natty or nots, literally did one on myself 3 years ago. Discovering a retroactive fake natty. Greg Doucette exposed. But remember, we put clickbait titles, and so if you just see the title and you didn't watch the video, you're going to
He was exposed. He's fake.
assume that I'm a fake natty.
You're
That
a
I,
fake
in
natty.
fact, was exposed. That I was always on steroids.
He is a fake natty, man. Come on, bro.
That I never competed natural. But how many
Whatever.
times have you watched me say in videos that I did 42 shows while being 100% natural? I was a lot smaller, but I was, in fact,
He did 142 shows being natty. Whatever, man. He'd be nobody today. Nobody knows any natties, okay? They would never make it. Want to know why? Because natural doesn't work in this fake genre. In fake genres, natural doesn't work here. You understand me? It only works where it works in natural. You understand me? In the fake world, like the fake Rolexes, the fake Gucci bags and all that, it works in that fake world. All that fake stuff works there. But it doesn't work in the real world. You understand me? Because it has value. It's worth a lot of money. Real Gucci bags, real Ferraris, real Rolexes, they have value. You want to know why? Because they're natural. They were created naturally. They weren't created artificially, fakely in somebody's garage. You understand me? They were created naturally. They weren't created artificially.
A natural athlete. And when you see these photos,
This man was built artificially, fakely. It's fake. It's built fakely. It's artificial. It's fake. It's not real. It's gonna go away. It goes away. Okay.
next one, I'm going to show you. You're not going to believe it. I am natural in both of these photos. Let's examine this Exhibit A from Derek's video.
See on the left, you know, it's grainier shot in terms of like image quality, black and white.
And so look at
Yeah. Okay.
on the right. Click.
Photo on the left, photo on the right. They're both fake. They're both artificial. That's not how he looked in his original competing shit. He looked small and weak. He looks terrible. These ones are both fake.
Clearly, I look enhanced in both.
Anyways, I don't want to stay here on this video all day. I'm going to scroll through this a bit. This is taking too long for me.
Right?
Whatever.
Way better than you. Yeah, just because I'm not 6 feet tall and I don't look like
I don't care.
Your walk is this guy, that's 18. He's 18. He would have then taken steroids, entered the competition with 20 pounds more muscle, won the overall.
With 20 pounds of more artificial fake muscles and won the competition. Yes, Greg.
Turned pro, added in more steroids.
Yeah.
Steroids.
Added in more steroids because I'm a lazy eater, so I can absorb more of this glycogen and create more fake muscles and fake stuffing. Okay, yes.
Puts on a ton of muscle, keeps adding
Puts on a ton of fake artificial muscle. Yes, Greg.
more steroids and adds even more muscle.
And then takes more steroids and adds more artificial muscle. Yes, eating an artificial diet called carbohydrates. Yes, I know. I've seen all the diets of these fake bodybuilders, like your friends out there, like Sadiq Hadzovic, and I don't know who else is out there. All these other bodybuilders, these IFBB pros and everybody, and all their diets are exactly the same. They're slave diets, artificial diets. They eat a lot of carbohydrates, creating these fake artificial carbohydrate muscles and injecting artificial hormones, they're not real hormones, artificial, and creating this artificial physique. Yes, Greg, yes.
That's what I did.
That's what you did. Yes, that's what you did,
Be
Greg.
going
Yes.
to the Olympia. Guys, a small waist, about 6'2",
Yes, okay.
physique,
Yes.
with 20 years of training, then who
20 years. You could train for 20 years and do something artificial. You could be training artificially for 20 years and not get anything, not go nowhere. You understand me? You could be training for 1,000,000 years and get nothing. And then along comes this guy, he says, inject this artificial stuff. Now you're training, you can fake it. You can fake it, sir. You can fake it. Why wouldn't anybody want to fake it? If they can't do it by themselves, they'll fake it. Why do you think they take steroids? To fake it. To fake the lift. They fake their lifts and they fake the cosmetic look. You dummy.
can. Should there not be one person on this planet?
Yeah.
Jump that high. I don't know. I just jump. They don't even train. And so one thing you'll
They jump, they don't train, yeah.
notice with this photo, my legs are
I
not all
don't
that
care
lean. My
about this
upper
photo. It's
This is
fake.
because I'm riding bikes. See,
Fake.
flexing in the mirror. In comparison,
Riding bikes, in comparison. He's going to compare one that he was on a little bit of steroids and now he's a little bit more steroids. He's creating more of an artificial physique. Yes, okay.
this is what I look like when on performance.
Yes. This is
Oh,
what
I
look
don't
like.
have ass implants. I don't have that.
Okay.
Don't see all that much. 12% body fat. Are you kidding? I'm about 7% body fat here. Very,
Who cares? You're still faking it, man. I don't care.
very lean, but I'm not flexing. My upper body, if I
Yeah.
were to tense down and because your physique, it pops more. When you first look at a physique, the first thing your eyes are
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
eyes.
yeah.
Yes, I'm natural. Wow, you should go on.
Yeah, I'm natural. I'm natural. I'm fake. I'm fake and I'm natural. Why do these people have to say natural? Why do they always say natural? And then why don't they say artificial? When you take steroids, is that not artificial? He always just says natural, but he never says. He says steroids, but he never says artificial. Why doesn't he say artificial? Because that's really what he's trying to tell you. Natural and artificial. What is something that is artificial? Fake. Something artificial is fake if it's not what? Natural. Really, that's the end of the story, man. I don't know what else to say here, dude.
Seed or David Lade be considered a
I don't care what he is. If he's faking it, it's artificial. Something natural can only be natural if it was built naturally. And something that is built artificially can only be what? Artificial, because it was built fakely. It wasn't built real because it can't bypass M&D size limit. You understand me? Only something natural can bypass M&D size limit. Something you have to do natural. I'm not saying you can't take a drug and bypass M&D size limit. You understand me? You can. As long as you do that thing naturally in the natural world. If you bypass M&D size limit naturally, steroids, they don't bypass them. They don't bypass them. They create artificial muscles, but they don't bypass them. You have to do something natural in the natural world to bypass M&D size limit to support further muscle growth. But steroids, they don't do that. You have to do it. The steroids, they don't do them for you. So when people read science and they go, well, there was, steroids, they took testosterone, whatever, and it says, oh, they got some nuclei. They didn't say that testosterone donates its nuclei. Testosterone doesn't donate nuclei. The satellite cell donates its nuclei to support further muscle growth. But it only ever supports it when it comes out in what? Muscle damage. What's a unique feature of untrained people? They get stiff and sore through what? Muscle damage. Okay. When they were untrained, what does it say there? First training, satellite cell fusion, and then it says hypertrophy. There you go. It was done naturally. It wasn't done fakely on a drug. You understand me? The drug can't do that for you. You have to do it naturally. You understand what I'm trying to explain to you? If you just lift, if you're not getting that anymore, if you're not getting that damage, that soreness, whatever, you're not getting this fusion of the satellite cell, and it's not supporting further muscle growth, and you complain about it in the natural world, and you complain about it, and you didn't do anything about it to try to further that domain, and instead you took a drug, you just continued lifting because you said that you reached a genetic limit, that means you never bypassed it. You understand me? So whatever you're creating there with the drug has to be artificial. It has to be. It is artificial. I'll see you in the next video, friends. You tell me what you think about that. Like, subscribe, support the channel. Greg Doucette is faker than the last time. I told you before he's fake, bro.
life like this. I've been competing since I was 18.
Look at this. It's so fake, man. It's incredible.
I'm now 40. And so if you're contemplating being a bodybuilder, run amazing supplement.
Why do you think Ronnie Coleman looks so small? Why do you think all these guys look so small? They come off their drugs and everything because it was fake. It was artificial. That's why those last videos of that guy he was showing, remember that bodybuilder came off the drugs? And then they're like, what happened over there? What happened? Because it's fake. It's artificial. Now he's going to try to sell you Turkesterone and Ecti Builder. You see that? And GO2 Max. You see what you understand what I'm trying to explain to you? You think that, does it say in an MND size limit, does it say that Ecti Builder and Turk Builder and GO2 Max gets over the MND size limit, myonuclear domain size limit? No, it doesn't. It says that the satellite cell is beyond where it can donate any more extra nuclei to that domain to support further muscle growth. It doesn't say that it's beyond testosterone or plant genetics to suck them in my butt that is gonna make me get over this MND size limit or anything like that. No, it says that the progenitor is beyond, the satellite cell is beyond. It doesn't say testosterone is beyond, it doesn't say trend, it doesn't say D-ball or fucking Winslow V or anything like that, or Anavar is going to get the progenitor, is going to donate its nuclei to support further muscle growth. No, it says the satellite cell is beyond where it can donate its fucking nuclei to support further muscle growth. You get it? Through your head. See you in the next one. Ciao, friends.